Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Could you let us know if we are 5x5, please? How's everyone doing? I'm hoping the mic is in a good spot. It's a little far away from me, but I think it'll be okay. 5x5. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for that. Give me 1 second here. Okay, get back up on here. Before we start, make sure you guys are all in live chat and not top. Thank you for the 5x5s, everybody. Thank you to all the moderators here for helping us out. I really do appreciate it. Who else is in here? We've got Coffee First, Red Dog, Okie Khan, Shannon. Who else did I see? Kevin Ramsey. I saw someone else. I can't remember who it was. That was first. Country Heat was first. Yes. Okay. Hey, CUCV Farmer. Good to see you. Thank you guys for being here. Really do appreciate it. You guys spending time with us. It's wonderful. Okay, first I want to kind of get off topic just a little bit before we start doing this stuff. But Coffee First was first, she says. Me, I was first. No, it was Country Heat, but you were close, like third or something. I 1 second after. Okay, you guys, if you guys are going to watch the debate tonight, can you just put a 1 in the chat? And if you're not going to watch it, put a 2. I'm just curious as to how many people are actually going to watch this train wreck of a show tonight.
I plan on watching it. I'm just not sure if I'm going to keep from getting too pissed off and leave it all and be able to not see the whole thing.
Yeah, I think if nothing else, I think that it'll be a good show, like to see how many times Biden trips over his words or trips and falls or what he does. You know, I mean that will be a good show anyway. But
yeah, I'm gonna hope that he crash and burn. I'm sure he'll start out fine because they have him all doped up on drugs.
Yeah,
but an hour and a half, it might wear off.
Yeah. Hey, the Celtic Grandma, good to see you. It depends on how long. Wine and popcorn while I'm watching it. It depends on how long it's for. Like if they wind up cutting it short or something, then he might still be on his meds and still be all doped up and stuff. But
I think it was supposed to be an hour and a half.
Well, I mean, whether it actually is that long or what, you know, I think wasn't there another debate or something where he was like 15 minutes late to it or something?
I think it was something
like that. And I was like, now they're probably back there shooting him up with some more drugs or something. I don't know.
It was a State of the Union address.
Yeah. No, mine didn't change. The chat changed color. It's reverse, black background, white writing. No, I haven't seen that in any of mine. Mine's white and black writing. That's interesting. Mine did that a while ago and then it changed back though. So I don't know. Anyway, as you guys saw from the thumb or the title and stuff that we're going to talk about, are Americans too soft for SHTF? Let's get this started with what do you guys think? Do you think that they are too soft? Put a 1 in the comments if you do. Put a 2 if you don't think Americans are too soft. And by that I mean we're too used to comfort creatures, you know, like we're used to our ACs, we're used to fresh drinking water coming from our tap. We're not used to the hard work that you know, pioneers and stuff did way before and stuff. Yeah, most people are saying 1. Most, not all. Yeah, I agree. It's not every single one, but a lot of them are. And I feel like if we don't get ready and take some of these things away now, that when everything is gone, then it's going to really be hard on people, even on preppers. This is important too, because you guys have, you know, you got food stocked up, you've got water stocked up, you're doing the things, you've got your gear and everything, but are you really roughing it right now? You're not. Most people aren't. There's some people that live on homesteads that live completely off grid and things like that, and but those are far and few in between. There's just not many people like that anymore.
And it's like due to multiple continuous cascading catastrophes, we've been living without heat and air in our home for the most part for several years.
Yeah, we just now got when we moved in here in August, we were getting we finally is our first time we've had air conditioning in God 6 years or something like that. And we
Yeah,
live in Texas, okay? So it is like 100 degrees for like 3 months out of the year, and then everything else is like 90s and 80s. I mean, it's ridiculous.
it's kind of like because we're used to the heat now. We've been using AC units minimally, and last year's electric bill was $150 for a 2,600 square foot house.
Yeah, technology has softened this country up. That is a very good point. That is a problem. And that's kind of why I used, I mean, it was just like somebody sitting on the couch with a remote,
Uh-huh.
at a TV, but it's the same thing. It's
Oh,
like
the remote's out. I can't get up. Like I can't change the TV because the remote's out.
yeah, there's no batteries in it. It's not working, and they don't even know, you don't even know how to get up and just push a button on the TV to start it or what, or change the channel and stuff. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
when I grew up, I was the remote. My parents would be sitting on the couch and they'd tell me go change the channel on the TV.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought this was a really important topic. Yeah, I can live without AC, but it sucks. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Well, mostly at night when you're trying to sleep is when it's the worst.
yeah. But there's other things too. Like, you're running water from your tap. You're just so used to making some coffee in the morning, filling up your mug with water and putting it in whatever you have to do, with a coffee maker and stuff. I mean, just these simple little things, even coffee pots and stuff. What happens if you don't have electricity and you can't use your coffee pot? Or what if it breaks? What what if you lose your job or something like that? You don't have the income coming in, you can't replace things and stuff like that. Then you have to find creative ways and old-fashioned ways to do things. And I don't Hey, James Trump, good to see you. And I don't think it's a bad idea to learn some of these old ways that they did,
Well,
back.
it's kind of like the saying I've said many times: hard times make hard men, hard men make soft times make soft men.
Yeah. And yes, instant coffee, that is true, but you still need to be able to boil your water. You still need to have hot water. So I
Yeah,
mean, you
not
can do the stuff, but it's going to be more of an inconvenience. And that's the thing that we're kind of talking about, is making it, it kind of on the same lines is like, say like the election is stolen again or something like that. Well, we're so used to all these things, we don't want to make things rough for us, so we're not going to stand up and do anything about it.
well, it's like they'll complain, but they're
And I'm
not.
not talking about us in general. I'm not saying we as in us too. I'm
Actually,
talking
mostly
about most
most
people.
non-preppers, mostly some preppers, but like you say, they won't actually get up and do anything, like Backwoods was saying,
Mhm.
unless they're personally inconvenienced.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the thing, is when you have everything good, you don't want to change that when everything's working
Don't
good
rock the
for
boat.
you. Exactly. So these are just some thoughts to think about and stuff like that. Like, if you lose power for a really long time or something like that, all your food is going to go bad. I mean, and those are just
Yeah.
some things. What am I looking at? The
Oh,
wind.
20 gallons of gas in 200 and how many days?
I'm looking
Oh,
into solar and
2.75
wind
days.
turbines went through 20 gallons of gas in 2.75 days. That's the other thing. Most people now, some people can have small solar generators. They're not that bad. But when you're talking about trying to do a lot more stuff, the solar generators can get really expensive.
Really fast.
So really fast. So the gas or the dual ones are kind of what I like, because then you can use propane or gas. Those are nice and they're at a reasonable point where most people can get them. The problem is that you're going to have a way to you're going to have gasoline stored up. You're going to have propane if it takes propane stored up. You just you need to have those other things, and sometimes gasoline is hard. I mean, all the time it's hard to store.
Well, you got to make sure you put stabilizer in it.
Yeah, and then you got to keep it out of the heat and stuff. You got to have a separate place where, if God forbid there's a fire, so it doesn't burn down your whole house and everything like that. I mean, you just have to be careful with it.
Yeah, work we had designated boxes for flammable material. What you need to do is have that and have it away from the house.
Yeah. We have 6 gas generators and 3 solar generators. Cool. Dang, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's fine that you guys put what you have in the chat, but I will never ask you specifically what you have, and that's at your own risk, because you never know who's watching. So just a little heads up. I don't have a problem with it, but I will never ask you specifically and say, oh, do you have this or this much or whatever? That's your own business. If you want to share it, that's fine. But just be aware that you never know who's watching these type of videos and stuff like that.
Big Brother's watching.
Yeah. I mean, since we are a smaller channel, probably not anybody big, but you never know. You never know. So just be wary, and in other people's chats too, just be wary about that kind of thing. I'm an FBI agent. Copy first. I have stuff. Yeah, I like that one. Or a dog. I have stuff. But yeah, just a little reminder for you guys. Like I said, I don't care what you guys put in chat or what you have, but just gotta be careful when you're broadcasting to people. You just don't know. Just another thing with protection and watching, making sure that nobody tries to come and take your stuff. So
I'll just say I have stuff to protect my stuff, and that's all you need to say.
Yeah, that's like what John from Prepper Nation has said. He said people are calling him out saying he's not a real prepper because he doesn't show any of his stuff he has. Well, no, he's a smart prepper and not showing his stuff, because it's nobody's business what he has. Say like if I want to do a canning video or something, I want to show you that or something, then that's fine. But I don't need to show you my whole storage of what I've got stored up and stuff like that. I just tell you guys to do your thing and stuff. But yeah, certain stuff I won't talk about. Yeah, just gotta be careful. Whoops. I like that. Coffee first. I got some of this and some of that. Not too much of this, but a lot of that.
And the
I
other.
like that. That and the other. Yeah. What else? Oh, before we go on real quick, I don't like to be all do all this YouTube thing, but if you could and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. But what I would really like to ask you guys to do for me, if you could, sometime when you're not doing anything, you're cleaning or something like that, if you could just let some of our videos play in the background. We're trying to get our watch hours up. I would really appreciate that. I don't like asking for different things, but I was looking on our analytics and stuff, and I need to get the watch hours up a little bit. So if you guys could just, play some videos in the background while you're doing some stuff, that would just be wonderful for us. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, we got 16 people watching a quarter mine, only 6 likes, and I did one of those.
Oh, really? No, when you have to leave and come back, because it won't refresh the number of likes. So now it shows that there are 14 likes.
Oh, cool. So, I take it back.
Yeah, because when you're on there, you have to refresh it or whatever.
Oh, really?
It'll show you where the last number of like when you liked was or something like that.
I think
so
that's YouTube just trying to
it's just
put
a
you in the
weird
dark
thing. Yeah. Thank you so much, Shannon. I appreciate that. So yeah, if you guys could just help us out with that, greatly. It would be great. I had you running on 3 devices for a while. Oh, thank you so much, Kevin
Cool.
Ramsey. That's awesome. Like I said, I mean, it's just trying to get the watch hours up. Hey Rayanne, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Hey Frank Short. If I miss somebody, I am sorry. I've just been running my mouth and like usual and haven't seen it. So sorry about that. Okay. What else?
I don't know if you can notice in the background, that's the horse stalls I'm in the process of making. It got sidetracked. I had to make a chicken fortress because we're losing all our chickens.
Yeah, let me talk about that for a minute. If you guys, hey Tara, good to see you. If you guys had seen the video and we were asking for help and stuff, well, I don't know if it's completely fixed the problem. We haven't lost any chickens in a
It's
while.
been like 2 or 3 days. We haven't lost any.
A few days. We don't have many more to lose. But I'm gonna show you guys a little video of what we have done and stuff back there to try to fortify it. It's almost like a chicken prison now.
It's not pretty, but it's functional.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's our backyard. We're out in the country. Who really cares? You know what I'm saying? I don't mind as long as it keeps the chicken safe. That's all I care about.
I'd like to buy a bunch of camo tarps and cover the whole thing with camo tarps.
Yeah, that might be nice. But yeah, chicken worth. And then yeah, we've been working on this fencing thing. I might have to show you guys. It's really huge. How big do you think this is?
I have no idea.
I don't know. But we got most of the fencing around it done with pallets. And then at the back, we're working on the actual stalls for the horses. We don't have horses yet, but once we get this done, if we get horses, awesome. If not, then we just have a place to store things and another fenced in area for some other animals. I'm not really sure. Yet. Sorry, I was looking at chat. I'm not really sure what other animals we're gonna get. We were thinking about getting the rabbits. We were thinking about goats too, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Because I heard that they can get out of stuff. Like you have to have a good solid place for them. So I'm not really sure. And I just don't think we have the land for cows or pigs or anything like that. So we're not going to go that big.
It's kind of like, what's the point of having goats?
Is my hair different or is it the lighting?
Well, I was about to...
lighter, but it's also from probably the lighting, but it's got a little bit of red. I went blonder.
Which I was about to tell you when we started. I'd said your hair looks a little bit lighter. Today it looks a lot lighter.
Because what I'm going to do is I want to put some colored strips in my hair. I'm going to do blue or purple.
I thought you said blue.
I think I have blue. I have some blue dye. No, I'm not going liberal on you guys or anything like that. Don't worry about it. It's an artist thing. And I'm not doing my whole head. I'm just doing a couple of strands around my face, sides, and a few in the back. It's not going to be a lot or anything like that. So I had to go lighter because the dye wasn't working on my black hair. So I'm hoping this will work.
She's making me become a hairdresser.
Yeah, he does my hair.
Yeah. I dye her hair for her.
Yeah. Keeps digging critters out of the chickens. Goats are crazy. I want a mule. Oh yeah, a mule would be nice too.
Yeah, I was thinking, for bug out purposes, like a horse for each of us and 1 or 2 pack mules to carry all the stuff.
Yeah, that's possible. Well, that's one reason that we want horses. Well, first of all, we both love them. He kind of grew up a little bit around horses, me not so much. But hey, Rabbit, good to see you. But we just kind of, since we got the property and stuff, we're like, let's get horses that we've always wanted, that we want to go riding and stuff. But they also make a really good bug out vehicle. So that's kind of a reason behind it.
Instead of having to get gasoline.
You just got goats about a month ago. Yeah. Hey, Tiger, good to see you. They actually adopt out those mini donkeys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I thought women considered their husbands mules.
It's kind of like
Uh,
when I was a child, my grandfather had a Shetland pony that I rode. My sister was into equestrian jumping horses. And then when I was in junior high, my parents gave me horse riding lessons when I was in junior high. Or did I already say that? But the lady had Arabian, and there were show horses. You know, my dad being in the army, we moved around a lot. The lady that owned the horses apparently thought I had a good bond with the horse and I was a good enough horseman. She wanted me to ride her horse in a show if
hey,
we were still
Michigan, good to see you.
there. But then, of course, we moved.
Shift. Some people surprise themselves when there is an emergency. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the emergency. I think most people can handle a short term SHTF. It's the long terms that are going to be problemsome for people. If they aren't able to go to the store, if you aren't able to just go and get this when you want it and stuff, which also kind of in the same type of sense is I recommend stocking up on some types of like little snacks that you like, whether it's like fruits.
You're going to want comfort food.
Yeah, definitely. So whether it's fruit or like little granola bars or just something like that. I actually found these freeze dried like little cookie dough things from I think it was from Wise or something like that. And I got a couple of those. I've seen ice cream sandwiches freeze dried and stuff too. I mean, you're just gonna want some of that kind of stuff too.
And train if you can. Uh, think through scenarios how you would react. Uh, at work once at the Air Force Base, I was a part of a ground emergency. Aircraft nose strut collapsed almost on top of me, and you know these pilots, two pilots in the aircraft, they froze. They were like deer in the headlights. They were staring at me, not knowing what to do. Well, my training kicked in. I took over. I took care of the situation. I told the pilots to shut down the aircraft. I got them safely out of the aircraft. I secured the aircraft to prevent further damage to the aircraft. And then, you know, you train, and then when something happens, you don't even think it just automatically happens.
Yeah, you need to improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Exactly.
It just depends on the situation. You know, something happens, you got to go with the flow, but you have to be able to think quickly too.
Yeah.
So going through different scenarios that are possibilities, is hey, country heat. Going through scenarios that are possibilities of what could happen are very. I'm like sweating. My face is like.
You want to get your ring?
No, I'm fine. Going through the different possibilities and stuff, scenarios is now will kind of get your mind working when it needs to and stuff, because you don't want something to happen and then all of a sudden you need like 2 seconds to figure out what to do, but you're not sure what to do, so you're arguing with yourself in your mind and stuff.
The hesitation can get you killed.
Yes,
whether it's confronting a situation or confronting a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just don't have time for that hesitation during something. Most of the time you don't. It's like a quick, like you got to do it now, and you don't want that to be the reason that you don't survive or make it.
You only have a short window of opportunity to save yourself.
Mm-hmm. With anything, whether it could be any kind of situation, like there's an accident or something and your car goes into the water or something. What do? How do you get out of there? You've only got a short amount of time to figure that out, just different. I mean, that's probably a non-realistic thing, but it does happen. I mean, people do it. I'm not sure how they do it, but they do. Oh, you had a trampoline accident? Or one of your kids had a trampoline accident? Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat, so now I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Okay. Anyway, so what else about this kind of stuff? Maybe a suggestion is if you are somebody who is on the internet a lot, Oh, your grandson did it? Okay. I hope he's okay now. If you were somebody that's on the internet a lot, say, maybe take a break from it. I know you don't want to miss important things that come up or something, but you just need to kind of wean yourself off of different things
Uh-huh.
to, maybe, which is something we might wind up doing, is turning off the power to the house, turning off all the breakers or something for like a weekend or something, and
Yep.
have the kids be like freaking out the whole time and stuff. But I mean, just to see how everyone reacts and what they do, because that's an important thing to know too, because if you've got like especially younger kids and stuff, how are they going to react from just something like that that's short term? You need to know how they're going to react so you know how to help them with that, because they're going to have a lot of issues. uh Safety in numbers. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Red Dog. I'm really wishing I could get a meetup. Maybe not necessarily in East Texas, but within a kind of a short distance drive,
Mm-hmm.
so we can hook up and have plans, like you say, safety in numbers, and people around here get to know each other, and maybe have a bug out space place designated where everybody meets,
I mean,
and then have a
yeah.
code word where they, when they hear that code word, it means go there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to figure out some kind of system or something to do now. Meet up in New York. That's a little bit far for us to go. Plus, nothing personal coffee. I won't step foot in the state of New York, so I won't drive into it. I won't step into it. Nothing.
I mean, we could have a meetup here, but we're under 2 acres, and we don't have a water well yet, but we do have lakes all around.
Yeah, we have a lake right down the road and stuff. Actually, we saw people. This surprised me. There were people that were actually camping out at the lake over there. I didn't know that you were allowed to camp out over there, but that could be a good place for a meetup too, right on the lake. It's got a dock for boats and stuff like that too. So that could be something. Um
And Lake Fork as well. See if they've got any what their marina's like.
That's true. And New York City is good to practice SHTF. Be able to go there and practice your skills. Hey, Vision, good to see you. But that's a very true point. But yeah, so just you guys, this is just a reminder. Most of you guys that are watching, I can pretty much guarantee you guys will be okay if something happens. But if maybe this video gets to find somebody that is not as well prepared and doesn't understand how hard it will be mentally, physically, and everything, maybe they'll find this and they'll know maybe I should, try to make myself a little bit more uncomfortable now before it's so bad, you know.
Oh, yeah, coffee first. I keep forgetting. When I was in high school, my sister, after she graduated college, she was a stewardess with American Airlines, and she was based out of New York City, and
Oh,
she
really?
hated it.
But that was a long time ago too,
Oh yeah,
wasn't it?
that was like in the 70s.
I remember I don't know if I
Well,
want to
she
say what
said
year I
walking down the
graduated from
sidewalk
high
and some
school,
lady
but
spit on her.
like I graduated from high school in 94, and I remember like a couple years later after that, it was like me and some friends, we were gonna go to New York City to watch the ball drop. And back then it was like that was the time and it was so cool and everything to go there. We never did or anything. I kind of wish I had gone to New York before, when it wasn't quite,
Uh-huh.
the way it is now, because I've heard that it's really nice and beautiful and different things. But
Well, it's kind of
you
like
know,
I went when I was stationed in England. I went to Cambridge and London a lot, and I've heard that London's not near as nice now as when I was there.
just a lot of places are not the
Yeah.
way that they used to be,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know what the reason is behind all that. I mean,
Well, I know one of the things that a lot of people saying what's behind it is immigration.
for other countries too, like
Yep.
you mean, oh,
Yep.
they're having bad stuff too, like
Uh-huh.
we are and stuff.
And it's mostly Muslims
Mm,
in like places like England.
oh,
I've heard.
okay. Okay.
What's John's doppelganger's name?
No one from New York goes to see the ball drop. Well, that's why I said I wasn't from New York. I lived in Michigan at the time, and that's where I wanted to go was to New York.
Well, it's kind of like
But
you mentioned that. I was in England for 2 New Year's Eve, and I went to Trafalgar Square in London for New Year's Eve, and it was awesome.
oh, you guys, I want to let you guys know I need to talk and find out the details for sure. But tomorrow night, I think he said at 8 Eastern time, All American Proper.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think at 8 Eastern time, so 7
Hummer.
Central. We're going. Here's something funky proper.
Yeah, Funky Pricker.
We're gonna be live with All American Prepper on his channel. I will post in the community tab tomorrow something about it to remind you guys. But I know Coffee First said, "Oh, I'd watch that one." So yeah, I was just letting you guys know about it, and I will post something in the community tab tomorrow.
I'm
about
excited.
It. So yeah, it'll be cool to be on a different, different group and stuff. But I want some of you guys to be over there too. So that would be cool.
Sure, Beaverine presence.
Yes, we got to have some beaverines over there. What are we doing on time? Oh, we got a half an hour. I've only been talking for a half an hour.
That's all.
Man, it felt like longer than that. Oh no. And then you guys, after ours is over, Vision Preparedness is going to be live. So make sure you guys go over there and see his channel after we're done over here. So
he's a righteous dude.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else? I need, like, if you guys want to start doing I just lost my train of thought. Scenarios and stuff like that again. Leave us some comments and let us know if you got some ideas for some different scenarios and stuff to talk about. Because we haven't done that in a little while. That's always kind of fun. We could do some wargaming or something like that, but let us know about that.
Well, I'd like to war game.
Yeah. Also, we've got a lot of things going on with this channel that are going to be happening. Hopefully, we're gonna try to work on building a room inside that we can do the live streams and stuff. Kind of get like sound bar. Just get it set up. It's gonna take a while because of all this other stuff we're doing, but we're gonna do that. I want to start working on editing more and learn how to do some really good edited videos and stuff like that. I just want to put out some more content and stuff. We're going to keep doing the live streams, but I want to put out more content. I was going to start doing a series. I don't know if I'm going to start it next month or the following month, where like once a week, I'll do a video about like how to make something. Like one of them I was going to do is like how to make homemade like laundry soap, like really simple and easy ways to do things, like maybe how to make some simple easy candles, just different things like that, so that you guys can maybe stock up on some other things that, like, if you're not able to go to the store, eventually you're going to run out of like laundry soap and things like that, unless you've got like a million jugs in your house, you know what I'm saying? So you might have to make your own. And it's actually cheaper to make your own than to buy it from the store, and there's less chemicals and stuff in it. So I was going to do something like that and do like a different video every week about, DIY stuff. You make your own laundry soap, Coffee First? Awesome. That's cool.
I just had a thought on the what ifs, and I'm gonna have to do some research and study. Has anybody played D&D, Dungeons and Dragons? When I was TDY Turkey, I only played a couple times. But one of the times we were TDY to Turkey, and we had a game that lasted a week.
A week?
A week.
Not constant.
No, we'd play 4 or 6 hours a night for 7 days in a row. But my thing was maybe I'll set it up like I'm the dungeon master, but instead of Dungeons and Dragons, it's going to be World War III wargaming.
Oh, that would be kind of cool. That's going to take a little bit
It's going to take
It's
a
gonna
little bit of
take a little
research.
bit of getting it together and stuff,
Uh-huh.
so it's not like we're gonna be able to
It
do
probably
that in the
won't.
next week or
Yeah,
2.
probably
It'll
won't be
take a little
this
while, but
coming Thursday, but maybe the Thursday after that.
yeah,
If
that would be
anybody thinks that would be interesting.
never played it, had some friends into it. Well, I used to watch Big Bang Theory all the
Mhm.
time. I love that TV show, and they played Dungeons and Dragons in there. But they did such a good job. Oh my gosh,
Howard did
Howard
such good
was so
impersonations.
awesome at the impersonations and stuff. It kind of got me into wanting to play it actually from watching that show.
Maybe we should buy a D&D game.
Maybe Bazinga. Yep.
Bazinga.
Yep.
And they might actually have a game out that is kind of like D&D, but more towards modern times, like
Yeah,
World War
possibly.
II or World War III.
Yeah. We'll see what we can come up with and come up with some different ideas and stuff. I want to see if we can come up with some different kind of interactive type of things that you guys can get involved with us with it instead of us just doing all the talking.
Well, it's my hair bonnet. It's like, okay, blah blah blah. You're such and such. This happens, and then I sit back and have everybody do what they would do in the situation, and then I would say, come back and say, okay.
Yeah, I have conflicted. We used to do those cards. If that's what you're talking about, the card game. I've got one set of them, I think, maybe two. I think I've got one set of them, and we were doing those as our scenarios and stuff, but we stopped doing it. I think I need to get another deck, a different deck, and maybe do those a little bit too.
Maybe I'm short-sighted, but it's kind of like to me, all the ones on economic collapse were kind of boring.
Yeah, a lot of them just were. I mean, maybe they could give us a starting point and then we could change it up a little bit or something like that. That could be something too. Yeah, you have 7 decks. Holy cow. Yeah,
Wow.
we just have the one. I didn't know there were even that many decks. I knew there were a few, but
anybody like Trivia Pursuit?
yeah, we could. How could we play Trivia Pursuit
I don't
like that
know.
on here? I don't know. We gotta brainstorm some things
Yeah.
and see what we can do to have fun
Try
too.
and change it up, make
Well,
it
we could do
interesting.
something fun like on Friday or Saturday nights or something and do some, some game time or something somehow, do something like that just to kind
Role
of
playing.
get your mind off it. Nothing hard, nothing, no prepping, no world, what's going on in the world and stuff like that. So you love trivia? Okay. Yeah, maybe we can do something like that. Yeah, Bible trivia would be good too. Do something.
Well, there's
like
all
that.
different kinds of trivia that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Kind of like I wish Bamagen was in here. I was going to ask her some questions.
Yeah. Yeah, Bible trivia would be really good.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll look into getting some stuff like that, and we can do something like that. Just kind of have some fun on a Friday or Saturday night and stuff. Because here's the thing with prepping, and you guys know this too, is that music trivia, burnout is real sometimes. Like, I don't necessarily get so burnt out, but I get frustrated with different things and
Well, the
stuff.
pace
I get frustrated because I'm trying to get so many projects done and it just seem like you don't have the time to get them done. You know what I'm saying? Role playing like being furious. But and so sometimes you just kind of need to take a break from stuff. Like, my mind never goes off from prepping, unfortunately. The other day I woke up in a really bad mood and I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm done with prepping. No more. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to sell all my prepping stuff. I said, I'm done with it. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's stupid. We don't need it. Blah, blah, blah. I just had one of those spells. And then just a little while later, he was outside and I walked outside and said, do you even remember what I said?
Not really, but something about prepping.
I said something to him and I said, oh, well, that would be really a good idea for prepping. And he looked at me and I was like, dang, I guess I'm not done, because no matter what, my brain constantly goes to a prepping thing or something. It's like, I tried to be like, no, I'm all done. It's not happening anymore. And then not even 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, well, that would be a really good idea for prepping, or wouldn't you do that? And it's like, okay, well, so once you start doing it, it's kind of like a lifestyle.
Well, I was
and you
going to say,
can't
it's kind of like a way of life.
Yeah, it's like you just can't stop, and you just like doing more and more stuff. Like being out here, we don't have a huge property, but we're trying to
Biggest we've had
make
so far.
yeah, we're trying to do with what we have. So, we're just building and building things and getting the animals set up and doing all this stuff. And it's like I don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing this stuff, I mean, I just enjoy it a lot. What I really, really enjoy is finding good deals on things like when we got those water tank things and stuff. Finding the best deals for different things. I love doing that when I can find a really good price. Hey, Colonial Rebel, good to see you.
Well, it's like
Our prepper's constantly paranoid. Okay, I guess you guys can answer that one. For me, I don't think it's paranoid. I think it's more cautious. And it's a reality, and we know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't sit here going, "Oh, I'm waiting for the UFOs to come down," and I don't have my tinfoil hat on or anything because I don't believe in UFOs. But yeah, Katrinka, it depends on your definition of paranoid. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't call it paranoid. I would call it a realist and more cautious, I guess, when I go to do things and stuff, Like I don't put myself in situations that could be bad. Like, okay, just because I carry on me or something doesn't mean I need to go in the worst part of town and go talk to the worst people because I've got my piece on me. That's not a good idea, just because I shouldn't do that. You still need to be cautious and careful about everything that you do.
Like I worked for so many years inspecting and fixing and maintaining aircraft.
That's true. Just because you're paranoid, it doesn't mean that they're not out to get you.
Yeah, that's one of my things.
Yeah.
And now that I'm retired, I've heard so many stories of guys that were hitting it hard on the flat line, and then they retired, and some of them died within a short period of time after that, or they just stopped doing anything. I mean, sitting around the house watching TV, and that's all they did. Now I like building things, so I get up 6 o'clock in the morning, and I come out here and I start building things, and I'm loving it. I'm working harder than I did when I was working, but it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys and tell you that we are having a heck of a time with gardening, but that doesn't mean that we're going to quit, and we're going to keep going and keep working at it until we get it. And so there might just be something that one of you guys is having a lot of trouble with, and you just feel like, quitting and giving up. Well, one of these times it's going to turn out good for you. So, just keep at it. I mean, that's how I feel about it, because I'm getting really frustrated that this gardening thing is.
Well, one thing, we didn't get enough dirt. And another, I made the mistake of putting chicken poop in it.
Yeah, I think he heated or burnt them and stuff, but I'm not 100% sure. We also got a crap load of rain
and flooded everything.
Flooded everything. I mean, like in a matter of days, I thought we were gonna have to build an ark and like start rowing out to you guys and come and get you guys and stuff, because it was bad.
2 roads to get to this house, and one of them was impassable because the lake flooded.
So, yeah, there's a road that goes across. It's not even a high bridge. It's just right there, whatever.
But just a little bit of the water
on both sides of the lake, and it just swarmed over the top. You couldn't even see the road or anything. So that road was impassable. So, yeah. Our paranoia is based in reality, but we do not hear voices.
No.
No. Yeah, like I'm a paranoid about the government and what they're trying to do to us, because I think they're trying to kill us all off. But I just don't trust the government and stuff. and
They're not out. They're out for themselves.
I wouldn't say
Kinda like the
I
VA.
wouldn't say paranoid's the words. I would say just not trusting
Yeah.
of things. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is.
I don't trust a lot of people on the right.
All right. What is the most likely SHTF scenario that you prepare for? Honestly, I prepare for a grid down or something like that. I think grid down, maybe an EMP. I'm not super. I think mostly grid down, not being able to go to the stores, and inflation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's already inflated, but like, yeah, economic collapse. That's the word I was trying to say. You know,
where me, social disorder.
yeah.
The stuff. Where were the riots and the fires?
California, or oh, you're talking about Portland?
Yeah.
Portland, yeah.
Like Portland, Oregon, for instance. I have a feeling this next time it's not going to be centered in just a few cities. It's going to be in all major cities, and it's going to spread to the country eventually. That's the scenario that worries me the most.
Yeah, and the thing that worries me the most though right now is not nuclear war, not even really World War III, but sleeper cells and things being activated in our own country, and basically kind of another 9/11 type incident or something, only happening in a
every
more
state.
Yeah, happening on a more a bigger scale, like different state happening simultaneously. That worries me because of all the people that have been coming in through the border, that they're not vetting, that they don't know who's here. They're just letting them slip in.
Well, I saw something on the news, and after you see it, and later on you think back to it, and I'm going, wait a minute, I didn't see what I thought I saw, because they were saying that I think it was, I don't know if it was the Texas border. They were saying how 400 ISIS terrorists came across the border, and then that the what's his face from immigration said that of those 400, 150 were arrested, and 50 were not. They didn't know where they went. So I just went, wait a minute, 150 are arrested, 50 you don't know what happened to them. What happened to the other 200 that you're not even talking about?
I would say if you guys could get out of big cities, I would start thinking about trying to make your way out as soon as possible. I know it's difficult and things, but
I know it's impossible for some people, but just have your head on a swivel, and if you have the opportunity, take it.
Yeah, if something comes along, hey Moonsprout, good to see you. If something comes along and you're able to do it and you grab it and you're like, well, I don't know, maybe don't think about it. If it just comes up your way and you're like, well, that might be a good opportunity for me, then I would take it if you could. Because definitely being out in the country, smaller towns, things like that is going to help you greatly, because most of the civil unrest and stuff is going to happen in the bigger cities first before it spans out to countries and smaller towns and things like that.
Once they've stolen everything in the big cities.
Nobody's going to be safe anywhere, really. I mean, anything could be up for grabs, but that's going to take, longer down the road. So, I mean, just do what you can. You know what you can do. You got family and stuff, and you got a job, and you can't move or whatever. I mean, I understand that you've got to do what you can do, but also leaving could be helping them too. So if you have a way to do it, maybe you can get transferred somewhere else, or you've got friends or family or something that lives out in the country somewhere, and they offered you to stay with them or something. Maybe take them up on it if you can get your job transferred or whatever. I mean, there's ways that you can possibly do it, but I know it's just not possible for everybody. We are very blessed and very lucky that he's retired, done working, disabled veteran. So we were able to get a VA home loan and get this property out here and stuff in the country. First time we've been away from people. I mean, we just moved from Houston, you guys, so we know what it's like to be in big cities and stuff. And the first opportunity we got, we moved out.
The only thing
But I'm gonna mention real quick though, we didn't do it by ourselves. God had a lot to do with it.
things fell in
He
place right at the
he
time.
put everything in place for us so that we were able to move when we did where we did.
Like
So
we were living in Houston, and all of a sudden, Veterans United contacted us and said, "Oh, your credit score has improved, where now you can get a VA loan." And then we had a realtor, and she found us this property, and there was the price that was slightly more than what VA would give us on a loan.
mhm.
And what happened was they would give us a certain amount. The price was up here, and I picked a price that was halfway between the two numbers, which was $20,000 less than what they were asking for this house. Asked the Veterans United if they'd approve that loan. We submitted the offer of $20,000 less than what they're asking for, which was also that's after they lowered the price, and they took it.
You're right in that country heat. Having kids, unfortunately, that young is going to make things a lot difficult. So what you need to do now is just brainstorm, come up with some ideas on how, you know, um of what you can do to help it be easier on them, especially, if you have to bug out, that would be very difficult. If you're just staying at your house, you've got no electricity or anything like that. If you got books for the kids, puzzles, games, coloring books, whatever. I mean, those kind of things to help them, because it's harder on young kids because they don't understand what is going on. And you don't want to stress them out when they're too young about adult issues, and stuff like this is adult issues. So it's kind of a fine line. You got to be careful with that. That sounds great, Red Dog. Definitely would love to talk about that. Yes.
I'm dying to have a road trip. I would love to have a road trip and go camping maybe, but definitely a road trip.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I was reading some of the chat here.
Yeah, if you can get debt free, if it's possible, that's one of the best preps.
Yeah, unfortunately, our house is not paid off. We have a mortgage, but it is what it is. I was willing to do that to get out of where we were. So that's a thing too. You have to think about, maybe
give and take.
Do you want to have to get a mortgage and pay for that, or do you want to just keep renting? Maybe if you're renting somewhere, or but you're in a city, but you don't want to have the you have to think about what is right for you and what is right for your family. Yes, I agree about the cooling down. Definitely probably like September, October or something like that, because it's just so hot already. Hi Shani, good to see you.
Yeah, I love camping out, but the thing I least like about camping out is trying to sleep when you're hot.
Yeah. We went when this is so funny. We hadn't really gone camping before, and 2020 hit, and then they were telling us we can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, whatever. So what do I do? Which I don't like going places. Let me just reiterate this, okay? I don't like crowds. I don't like people. I just don't like going anywhere. I don't like driving or anything. So what do I suggest? I said, you know what? Let's start camping. So we went camping like 6 different times that year, all over the place. Not something I usually do
in state parks.
And then I was like, you know what? Let's go to Six Flags. so and like I said, don't like people, don't like whatever. Although at that time there wasn't many people at all. It was
Six
really
Flags
nice.
They had the restrictions how many people,
but because they were telling us we couldn't do things,
yeah.
I was like, screw that. I'm doing stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like when you tell me not to do something,
Yeah, I
I
was
want
gonna
to
say,
do it even
way to get
more.
Kelly to do something, tell her she can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So now you guys
Myself
know.
too.
Now you guys know what my secret is. You know, if you want me to do something, just tell me I can't do it, and then I'll do that, because that's just the way I am. Oh gosh. Robin camped there and got too hot. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Oklahoma and Texas are really hot right now. And you know, I thought about having some kind of meetup, go to a campsite or something, have a bunch of people come. I'm like, but if they're not from Texas and they're not used to this kind of heat, they could possibly die, because it is bad.
Well, we definitely have to do it someplace that has a lake or a river so we can get in the water frequently and cool off.
Copy first said, Kelly, you cannot give me $1 million. So
Oh,
she wants me to give her $1 million.
okay.
That was a good one. That was good. If I had $1 million to give you, I would give it to you, sis. Is that what you're looking at?
Uh-huh.
Fiesta song stuck in my head.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not a touch screen. Is that what you're trying to do?
no,
Or you're trying to show me where to point? Okay.
no, I was reading it and
You are forbidden to come to Tennessee. I've been to Tennessee.
I want to come back.
Yeah, we went there for that meetup with Prepper Nation. John, gosh, it's been like 3 years now, or
Mm.
two.
I think closer to 2.
2. I think it was 2 years, but man, I'd love to go back. It was really beautiful there.
I want to go to Pigeon Forge so bad. We didn't do hardly anything we wanted to do. The go-karts, the coasters, the horseback riding, Dolly World.
Yeah, there was a bunch of things I wanted to do, but it's also pretty expensive over there. It's like, it's kind of like a Vegas, only without slot machines. It's like that kind of
redneck Vegas.
Yeah, something like that. It's you know, all commercialized and stuff, but you know, we took a Jeep ride through the mountains and stuff, and that was really pretty.
It made me want to Jeep more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the kind that they had, they went like off road. It was like bumpy and getting up, going up, and it was fun.
I want a either H1 Hummer or a Jeep Gladiator so bad I could taste it.
Yeah, we need to talk to him about having another meetup over there soon, because that was fun. But I need to know about it months in advance so I can save up for it. Yeah, because that was a pretty expensive trip for us.
Because I want to do
and a long drive. I think it was like 17 hours or something.
Well, we did it in 2 shifts. We stopped halfway there and
Yeah.
halfway back.
Yeah, but it, like overall, it was like a 17-hour drive. So, hey, Dragon Lady, it's okay that you're late. It's okay. We're about to be getting off here now.
Yeah.
but it's okay. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, Katrina, I agree. Pigeon Forge again.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna have it in Pigeon Forge
Katrina.
again, because that shop that he had used or something, I think they sold the shop to someone else or something like that, because he was friends with them or something,
Right?
And I think they had sold it or something to someone else. So,
well, I think they were getting a lot of flack from the
a lot of slack from the community and stuff like that. Yeah. So, oh, you're about 60 miles from Nashville, Kevin. Oh, you guys are all over there. Man. All right, you guys. So before we go, just like, if you haven't given us a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave us some comments about some videos or thoughts that you want us to talk about or things like that. That would be wonderful.
We're thinking about talking about things to do for entertainment or vacation that don't cost much money.
Oh yeah, that's what we were going to talk about and stuff. You want to do that like next week or something?
Sure.
Some different
or at least
things.
talk about that partially.
Stuff.
You know, fishing, swimming in the lake, various different things.
People don't think of Kansas as being hot, but it gets really hot here, especially when the fields have been worked. We've had actual temperature days of 119. I didn't know Kansas got that hot. I think Texas's problem is that it's Oh, thank you, Red Dog. Good luck on your chickens. I think Texas's problem is it's so humid. It's like literally,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no wind here. That's one of the big problems. There's
Well,
absolutely
here,
no
Wichita
wind.
Falls is kind of windy, but it's like a blowtorch.
Yeah, but over here where we're at, there is just no wind whatsoever. So it's awful. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for being here, and we will talk. Oh, don't forget, you guys, to go to All American Preppers channel tomorrow night. And we're going to be
8,
doing
9.
at 8 Eastern time, so 7 Central time.
Okay.
I think we're going to be doing that. I have to talk to him about the details and stuff. I will put a community post up, so you guys be looking out for that sometime tomorrow. All right, you guys, take care. Stay safe out there, and God bless you.
God bless. Have a good night.